if you think about when Miles first came to the United States and came to the West, and all the warnings he's given the West, all the warnings he's given America, right? Whether it's about all the money laundering operations and all the influence peddling that's gone on by the Chinese Communist Party, whether it's talking about the infiltration into Wall Street, into the corporations, into our government, into the entire, not just nation, but also Europe and every nation on earth. If you look at everything he's warned us about, but then if you look at everything that he's helped build, and particularly this movement, but really the power comes from you. It is extraordinary. Name me any country in the world, name me any government in the world, name me any organization in the world that within 2 years has created what the new federal state of China has created. Social media companies on one hand, fashion companies on the other, right? A whole movement, a whistleblower movement, a movement to turn over all the corruption in Beijing. A news organization throughout the world that you can stay on G News 24 hours a day and get incredible news. If you look at every different aspect, and that's all been built and it's proven the lie of the Chinese Communist Party, that the Chinese people cannot govern themselves, that the Chinese people are too immature, too chaotic, right? That they don't know how to govern themselves. The greatest single lie we have in the 21st century is the greatest single lie we had in the 20th century, that mankind's oldest and greatest civilization, that 1.4 billion people cannot govern themselves. Think about that for a second. The greatest and oldest civilization in the world are slaves in the 21st century. People talk about the slavery and all the issues with slavery. Well, we have a modern day slavery issue. That issue emanates from Beijing. And why? They think the Chinese people are incapable of handling freedom. Where we are today proves a lie to that. Your work and efforts over the last 2 years have proved a lie to that. Look at what we've accomplished within the last year. Look at the robust nature of these companies. Look at the vibrancy of these companies. Look at the entrepreneurial spirit of these companies. Look at the young people, the young Chinese and Chinese Americans that are here and throughout the world at all the different farms, in Japan, in Australia, everywhere. Look at what has been achieved in less than 2 years, and particularly look at what's been achieved in the last year. That momentum is going to take us forward. You are the cutting edge of the most important social and political movement in the world, because the only way that Lao Beijing is free is Lao Beijing must free themselves. And who's there to support Lao Beijing but the new federal state of China? It's an incredible organization. You're incredible people. It's only the very beginning. Think about it, just 2 years. What had the Chinese Communist Party done in its first 2 years? Even what did the American Revolutionary Government do in its first 2 years? What did the French Revolutionary Government do in its first 2 years? Look at ancient history, look at modern history, look at medieval history. What organizations you have achieved more in 2 years than virtually anything in recorded history? And it's just the start. Why? Because you see that the Chinese people are ready for their freedom. And your young generation, particularly those under 40, it's on your shoulders. You know, Miles is a man of a certain age. I'm a little bit older. He's my younger brother. But no, the future is yours, and I couldn't be prouder of everything that I do, everything I fight for every day, as you see on War Room and all the fights we have. This is the single most important. Because why? The world is not free until the Chinese people are not free. The world is not free until Lao Beijing is free. And the only way Lao Beijing and the Chinese people, this great civilization, is going to have freedom is on your shoulders. I'm honored and proud to be part of this, and thank you.